According to a royal expert, the Duke of Sussex is suddenly realizing that he is less than the sum of his parts outside the royal firm. According to a royal specialist, the painful reality of what Prince Harry did will now start to sink in. The Duke of Sussex had started on an incredibly difficult journey by stepping back as a working royal and recounting his narrative, according to royal biographer and historian Dr. Tessa Dunlop, the magnitude of which he probably did not realize. Harry is now less than the sum of his parts outside the royal family, which he took for granted while a member, the author of the 2022 book Elizabeth and Philip explained, adding that even though she feels compassion for him. On the Today for Daily podcast, Dr. Dunlop claimed the Duke shouldn't have hurried into this difficult, albeit being lucrative, trip. She was speaking to royal analyst Kinsey Schofield. "I think the road has been really challenging," she remarked. "I don't think Harry has many strengths, and oddly enough, I don't think he had the intellectual prowess, or perhaps a foundation in history, to know exactly what he was trying to accomplish." In his new book, Spare, Prince Harry makes several shocking claims and criticisms of his family, particularly Prince William. Prince Harry's new biography has provided an inside look at royal life, revealing everything from the family's nicknames to the Queen making her own salad dressing. He needed to move much more slowly, but I can see why the impulsive youngster, the competitive brother, and the battered man wanted to grab some rapid hits and get some easy hits. However, those quick hits turned out to be fairly hard but profitable ones, so he definitely has those under his belt. And I doubt he could have foreseen the challenge. Dr. Dunlop thinks the Duke is now understanding the truth of what it means to be outside of the firm, after the couple stated they will not return to their royal positions and moved to the Duchess's Los Angeles with Prince Archie more than 3 years ago. We have to admit that being a member of the royal family comes with building bricks that make you greater than the sum of your parts. So by definition, Harry outside of royalty is less than the sum of his parts than he would have been had he stayed in the institution, she concluded. That, in my opinion, is a very painful thing. Since Harry was born into something, I've always had compassion for him, and I still do. It's a reality that will now be sinking in for him. You tend to take things for granted when you are born into them. Harry and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, who began dating in 2016 and were married at Windsor Castle 2 years later, withdrew from royal duties in 2021, just over a year after making the announcement that they intended to carve out a progressive new role within this institution. Harry claimed that he had been trapped in the royal system, like the rest of his family, in a candid interview with Oprah Winfrey that the Sussexes gave in March 2021. The couple's 6-part Netflix documentary series, Harry and Meghan, was aired the following year. In it, they discuss their early connection, royal life behind the scenes, and being pursued by the media. Additionally, Meghan discussed her miscarriage and suicidal thoughts. The prince later released his explosive memoir, in which he revealed a number of allegations, including the claim that his elder brother had physically assaulted him. He spoke with ITV and CBS's 60 Minutes in the run-up to its publication. His 416-page book was extremely well-liked and sold more than 500,000 copies in the UK in its first week of release, making it the fastest-selling nonfiction book ever. Since then, Harry has kept himself busy in preparation for the September Invictus Games, which the British Army veteran launched in 2014.